All right, it's 19 degrees right now, so let's talk about air conditioning. So this is an air handler in the attic for an AC unit or heat pump. Where that arrow is pointing is the primary condensate line, so that's where condensation drains out of the unit. It is trapped, which is good, and that's running around the side there, that left side, and then out to the exterior. There's another closer shot of it, and you see that drain pan underneath, which we'll take note of as well. This is around back of that unit, and you see from that drain pan is a secondary condensate line, which is good, where that arrow is pointing. So that drains forward or back, depending on how you're looking at it. The problem here is that it's connecting with the primary line. Technically, that secondary line should be separate and draining to a conspicuous location at the exterior, which you can see by a window, door, somewhere where it's obvious, because if that primary line clogs, that secondary line will kick in, and then it'll indicate to you that there's an issue that needs to be serviced. And here you can see where that's draining to the exterior. Of course, it's draining right at the foundation, which should not be the case, especially for the primary line, because that's always going to be dripping when the AC's on. Secondary line, that's okay, because really it should never be dripping, and you should be able to see it when it is. So if this air handler was in an unfinished basement, that'd be one thing. But since it's in an attic, it's a little more important because you want to make sure you have the proper drainage, an indication if there is a problem before it leaks, because it's over a finished space and could end up, damaging the drywall over the finished area of the house. One other thing to note is that there's sometimes a sensor in those drain pans that will shut the system down if there's water detected in there. In this case, that wasn't there. But it is good to see. It's good backup to a secondary line, or if there's no secondary line, that's also good to have, but it's really good to have all three, a sensor, primary line, and a secondary line that's appropriately routed.